Russia is the largest country on Earth, spanning 11 time zones. But it sits on a giant flat plain with zero mountain defenses. With no natural borders, foreign invaders could walk right in for 1,000 years, defining Russia's entire history. In the 800s, Vikings sailed down Eastern European rivers, merging with local Slavs to form the wealthy Kievan Rus Empire. They adopted Orthodox Christianity, borrowing their alphabet, culture, and religion directly from the mighty Byzantine Empire. They grew rich trading furs and honey. But in the 1200s, a massive force arrived from the east, changing everything forever. Mongol invaders launched a ruthless winter campaign, reducing Kiev to ashes and forcing 2 centuries of heavy tribute. Deep in the forests, a small trading post called Moscow collected these taxes, secretly hoarding wealth to build its own power. By 1480, Moscow expelled the invaders, learning a permanent lesson. To survive, you must rule with absolute, uncompromising power. Ivan the Terrible declared himself Tsar, deciding the only way to protect flat borders was to continually expand them outward. They pushed east into Siberia, building a massive ice buffer, though Ivan's paranoia created a fierce secret police. When his bloodline ended, chaos erupted in the time of troubles, until the Romanov dynasty arose to rule for 300 years. Huge, yet technologically behind, Russia was transformed by Peter the Great, a giant ruler determined to build a modern navy. Traveling Europe in disguise, Peter learned shipbuilding and strictly forced his nobles to adopt modern Western customs. Desperate for a seaport, he carved a capital out of a freezing swamp, creating St. Petersburg, Russia's window to the west. Decades later, Catherine the Great expanded south. By 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte marched his grand army to the border. Napoleon took Moscow, only to find ashes as the brutal winter arrived. Tsars lived in luxury, while peasants struggled. World War I shattered the strained empire. In 1917, exhausted citizens revolted, forcing the Tsar to step down. Vladimir Lenin seized control with promises of peace, land, and bread, instantly ending 3 centuries of Romanov rule. Lenin created the Soviet Union. After his death, Joseph Stalin took absolute control, driving rapid industrialization at any cost. Severe labor pushed Russia into the industrial age just in time for Nazi Germany's massive 1941 invasion. In the freezing ruins of Stalingrad, Soviet forces bled for every inch, swallowing another invader in endless winter space. Pushing to Berlin at immense human cost, a traumatized Stalin established the Iron Curtain across Eastern Europe. This sparked the Cold War. For 40 years, the Soviets raced America to space, pushing technology to absolute limits. Matching rival power drained their economy. By 1989, control slipped away, and the Berlin Wall came crashing down. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed overnight, causing Russia to shrink back and lose vast chunks of its strategic buffer. Out of 1990's economic turbulence, former intelligence officer Vladimir Putin took power, promising order and strength. Yet after 1,000 years of rulers, geography remains unchanged. Russia still sits on an open, vulnerable European plain. The memory of past invasions drives modern strategy, a nation constantly seeking security through strength and expansion. That is the story of Russia, a 1,000-year struggle against geography itself. Subscribe for more history compressed.